I've been up. So last night, one of the puppies was separated from the other dogs. I don't know, it was crying all night, nonstop every time I woke up, and I woke up a lot. If you can't guess that after hearing the sound of the train. Remember at Whitefish, there would be a train? Those went by really often. So these at least were louder, but there weren't as many. I was gonna get an earlier start since I'm on pavement. I don't know why that matters. I guess maybe because you're hearing cars and people, so you're like, okay, time to go, time to go. When you're in the woods, it's so quiet and it's peaceful, and you're just sort of like, la, 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 la. I wanted to wait for my rain fly to dry a bit, but what I really want to dry is the road. A semi will go by, let's say one every maybe 20 minutes, and there's spraying. And so I'm gonna get soaked with just shit. So I probably have to wait like another hour actually. So I'll just pack up and go sit at the picnic table and go snoop and go check out the dogs. At least get an address and maybe have animal control drive by or knock on their door. That doesn't mean they don't love the dogs. That doesn't mean that it's something positive's going on. It's just, I'm just gonna check it out. I'm not gonna be too obvious because I'm on a bicycle, and if somebody doesn't like me, they're gonna come run me down. Breakfast from the gas station. And I also had an ice cream sandwich that I ate already. I run into the guy from the bar yesterday that told me that there's no real long stretches of openness on the dirt roads cutting through the mountains. That's one thing that's like the romance of these tiny towns, right? Like just that seeing people, you run into them often, you build that relationship. Oh, how's this going? How's that going? There is something really nice about it, that sense of community, especially nowadays. I just said, Liz, I really want to thank you for that because it was really helpful information. It solidified my decision in not going. He was just very attentive and was really listening to what I was seeking. Other people were just all like, well, it's this and that. He was very specific. So he was my deciding factor. And then he confirmed it again today. I came across Road to the Buffalo. Well, here is Route 200. We're right here at the Red Arrow. And I came down over here from Bull Lake, the road drops. And that's where I was at a quandary and that little shop was shut. Initially, my plan was to go over to Huron and then shoot straight through the mountains, connecting down to like Canyon. We're gonna break off from Thompson Falls and we'll end up braking, it just cuts and comes back down around. That's the extra 25 miles going in this loop. Look at these guys, that's awesome. They all know each other. Look at this last one. Oh my God, it's so old school. It's fantastic. I'm just resting here along this soft pole. Once again, not having a kickstand. I feel like I wanted to put more air in my tires. I just feel like on the cement, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I should be going faster. They have 30 PSI each. Are you ready to see the craziest thing ever? I saw it miles back. I'm so glad to catch up to it. Here it comes. Isn't that crazy? I saw you guys a few miles back and I'm like, what is that thing? And then I'm coming on this road, I'm like, there it is, and I'm shooting and I'm coming, and the minute I was like, oh my gosh, you have kayaks too. Oh my gosh, they even have kayaks. I went boom and fell over. So you designed this, and because you couldn't find anything that worked, I'm guessing that's usually how those things go?
She drove last year. Followed me, and I thought
For
that was
7,000
ridiculous.
miles.
So I built the trailer so she didn't have to drive.
So your main build is the bracket that's above the truck. Oh, you even built the base.
Yeah.
You have everything in here. I don't know what other toys there are. You could put a paraglider on top, windsurfing. What are you missing? Oh, a jet ski. That's what the jet ski. And then you have the bus. Is there a limit on length?
65 feet.
There's certain states you couldn't go in because it'd be too long?
Well, technically they can write you and tell you not to do it anymore. So I didn't want to be there. So
And so what's your miles per gallon?
you don't want to know. It's better than when she's driving. She's saying, okay?
Oh, that's right, because you're saving from
I'm
two.
saving. Big
That's
time.
right. Do you have like 8
Oh, I wish.
Oh,
I'm
really?
getting 4.5.
4.5 miles per gallon.
But I was getting 5 with her driving at 14, so
Okay, so to say,
it's better than that.
did you ever think of just getting a smaller truck?
But we already had
It's her
this.
car.
Oh, that's right.
You have to talk to
It's
her.
very pretty.
It's mine.
It's really pretty. Well, thanks, you guys. This is fascinating. It's the most
You
interesting.
can put you back in there. I can give you a ride.
I saw a sign that said National Forest of Vermilion River. Sure could go for a lobster shack right about now at this corner. I'm thinking of New England because there's so many of these little waterways like this. So this is where I have to book ass to try to make it across because I'm holding everybody up. Here's the town of Trout Creek. The water's to our left. Can't see it through the trees. Of course, there's a casino. There always is. We're still in Montana. Big paddle area, it looks like, maybe. So I just came into the supermarket and met Catherine, who is an absolute joy. She likes cyclists and she's been a cyclist. So we're gonna swap info because I may come back to this town and we can go for a bike ride.
Yes, I would love that.
She's like, I just want to take you home and let you have a shower and catch up and get to know you. Because I was telling her, I said, you know, some people you just click with, and she was someone I just clicked with. Engaging personality, excited about exploring, and she had a lot of stories of her own. So I was outside, we were hitting it off, and she had to go in to get with customers. So I went back in and I'm like, here, let me give you my number because you're just that personality. I've already had 2 special experiences being on the road. I had Dale and Heidi, who had that crazy, awesome built truck. And that was only like, I don't know, an hour ago. And now I met Catherine. She said she came here for the water. She found a little house after bouncing around. She did RV life, I think, for 4 years. But I'm gonna go across and check out the gift shop. Tiny town. One place says best beer in town, and I'm like, yeah, you're the only one with beer besides the supermarket in town. By the way, there's the one gas station where Catherine works. There's the gas station with the supermarket. And then here's the gift shop motel. And it looks like they have Huckleberry Shakes. Oh boy. It'd be fun to rent a boat. Oh, it's a nice size. Oh, it's much bigger inside than I thought it would be. Huh. Well, I pull over, 98 degrees, and it's just too hot on my skin. So I have this little shawl that I love, 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 love. I got it off Amazon for like 10 bucks. Freaking one of my favorite things. Oh, I feel like almost a little sick right now. I chugged 2 liters of chocolate milk, a bunch of Diet Pepsi, a liter of water. I just like consumed a ton of fluid. I was thirsty, but it was because it was cold, you know, because it's so hot out. There's a laundromat in this town, a couple of cute motels. I don't know what the prices are like. The water's a huge hit. It has a nice feeling to it. It's like nestled. The mountains are like around you, but I don't know, it's still open. I really like the feeling of it. And this road is actually really quiet, except because I'm shooting, it's gonna be this. I wanted to say that when Catherine was talking about, you know, I could stay and take a shower, and I was tempted, trust me, I was tempted, especially for the shower. But I've only biked 18 miles. I'm still a distance from Thompson Falls. So I'm gonna keep pedaling. Look who just pulled over and shouted my name. Catherine! In the supermarket. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi. Are you doing okay?
I'm cheating again. Oh, the bag. That's right. I have these bags. That's what's pushing against that other bike.
Over everything, so that in case it falls, it won't go too far.
No, I put my bike on the wrong way, but the derailleur looks fine. Awesome. She dropped me off at the turnoff right before the river, and then I turn on this junction 471 that then takes me towards a climb towards Mullen. I think she saved me, I don't know how many miles of biking. I mean, it was a really short drive, like 10 minutes. But the side, see how it got wide again? It was really skinny for like a good portion of it. So that was nice. She actually picked me up in like the perfect spot. I actually had a feeling I was gonna see her again. She was actually going to Thompson Falls to go to the supermarket. So it's not big like where they have a Walmart. That's always like the defining factor. Like if there's a Walmart, you kind of can gauge how big the city might be. I was just sitting here outside Beagle's Bakery, and espresso. I was sitting here panicking because I couldn't find my shades and they were on my helmet. I never rest them on my head. These are my absolute favorite thing. Like, can't live without these cycling. These rock my world. I guess it's the same kind of feeling when you lose your cell phone and you realize like you didn't back up the pictures. And the owner comes up to the cage because they just closed and told me that she could get me a coffee if I wanted. I'm getting a 24-ounce 2-shot coffee, which is right before the turnoff, which is up there. About 7 miles in, there's a restaurant and casino, so that's good. There's also camping sites available. Yeah, because I asked the coffee couple and they said there was nothing between here and there, and maybe they weren't thinking about a restaurant. It's only like 5 o'clock. So this is the breakdown. I mean, got the rivets. It's just shitty, but it's a quiet road, so I just ride on in the road a little bit, and then when I hear traffic on either coming towards me or behind me, I go on the other side of the rivets on that little skinny section, and it's worked fine for me. 10 miles in, it turns to tarmac, and it looks as though the climb is starting ahead. I think he said, the guy at the coffee place, it's 15 miles to the top, which is the Montana-Idaho border, and we're at 10. So that means it'll be 5-mile climb if this is the start of it. This sure is a beautiful stretch. Not a ton of water. Like, you can really get a nice rhythm, which is what I loved about road biking. Look at how beautiful this is. Nobody around. So it's like 5:45. This creek is dry. Hopefully there's another one. So I'm gonna keep going. I feel like I could go to like 6:30. And plus there are a ton of flies around here. Look at my bag. Can you see them all? It's so interesting. There's just tons of flies. I have to wonder what dead animals they've been. You two mating? That's interesting. And the creek is dry. Oh my gosh, look at them all. All right, well then I'm gonna get out of here. They're not horse flies, luckily, but I'm sweaty. Like, I can just feel the layer of like salt and just dirt. More than most of this trip, I haven't gotten like this sweaty. I've been at higher elevation, and boy, it really makes a difference between craving fluid and just feeling dirty. I just came to a creek. It says I'm at 17 miles, so I think the peak is at 21, and that's where you cross over from Montana into Idaho. There's actually a paved turnoff right here, like just a little miniature parking lot where I could just put the tent, it'll be on cement. I just sleep there, wake up, I'll have water, and then I'll have just a few miles of a climb, and then I'll have a fun ride down. It's only like 6:15, and this is like, I don't know, should I? Because it's kind of ugly in the parking lot, and I could almost bathe in here. Here, let me show you. And I really need to like dump in, and that little turnoff is up there. I know I could bike till 7 and probably make it to the top. Well, there's the spot I could dump into. This little deep spot right here is like a little swimming pool, and the sun is over there where I'd be setting up my tent. Gosh, this is beautiful. You just never know what's ahead of you, you know? Usually I just keep going, but I didn't really sleep great last night. I'm just afraid I'm not gonna get water again, and then that would suck. So I'm gonna leave my bike here on the road. So I'm gonna stop my Wahoo, 45 miles. Stop, yes, end it. I'm just gonna go in with my clothes on because they need to be rinsed off too. I just have my bike shorts on this. I need to rinse this, my bra. But yeah, everything basically. I don't need my helmet. The question is, how cold is it? Oh, okay. It's cold, but not, oh, look at this great little spot. Oh, this is so fantastic. My sandwich, the flies will attack. Oh yeah, is it chilly? Can you see the goosebumps on my legs? Hey, do you look like Elvis? Yeah, it's cold. Feels good to get all the salt off my body, I'll tell you that much. I have clean hair. Oh my gosh. It was so full, like sweat from my neck is going through my hair that it started getting like, what am I trying to think of? Like if it was like in a syrup or something and it hardened. Guys, you have no idea what I'm talking about. As you can see my spot behind me, I'm getting better at not taking everything out of my tent, and I think I was really particular about it when I was back in the woods with bears. I was probably overpacking food at the beginning. I feel like I was, but it was really smart that I did because it was new for me and I was going into the middle of nowhere. Don't know about bears here. I'm just keeping my stuff in my frame bag. I'm not hanging it or doing anything. But again, a lot of people that hang their food, the bear can reach it. It's really about the raccoons and the animals on the ground, the mice, whatever. No one's hanging them high enough. The bear can easily go on his hind legs and grab your bag. And then the bear bags are made in such like a type of mesh or whatever. Reminds me of like an armored suit or something. So the bear will get the bag, he'll be able to reach it, but he won't be able to get to the food. And again, this is about protecting the animals. It's not about protecting our food. It just happens to turn out that way. If there is a bear and he gets it, he just smooshes the food inside. So then they sold something that you can like line the inside of it. You know, you can't pack that kind of stuff on a bicycle. I haven't even had any issues with small animals. Nothing. And I've been all up deep in the wilderness. Maybe it's more like regular campsites where a lot of tourists go and then the animals are trained because people feed them or they drop food and the animals learn, oh yeah, humans equals food. Maybe that's why I'm not experiencing it. This area is just Flyville and the creek is right there and I am in the woods. No mosquitoes, not even the little guys. I don't know why. Of course, there's no cars for like an hour and then I started shooting and there's the car. Here I was changing. I'm like, oh yeah, there's no cars. I took my top off, I'm standing right there, boom, here comes a car. I'm glad I didn't keep biking. It was nice just to sort of relax. The climb is tomorrow. I'll be curious to see how steep it is. But then we have an awesome ride down and then we'll be hitting 2 cool towns, I believe. Mullen is where the Trail of the Coeur d'Alene starts. I gotta stop this rambling thing. I've always done it though. I don't know how to stop it. It's just like my brain is going in pictures and you're just sort of been out on your bike and you're stopping here or there. You kind of, did I say that already or didn't I? I know your time is of value. That's why I'm trying to think about how I can be more efficient in how I communicate. So while I was just walking around eating dinner, I came upon this. I wonder if it was a deer. It got hit by a car and pulled off the road, although I don't think they would have pulled it all the way in here. So the other thought process is that it was killed during the hunting season and they brought the deer here and then they cut the meat off of it and the antlers and whatever else. What I don't understand, the mountain lions. I hadn't really thought about mountain lions until I was at the restaurant last night. The place I was in yesterday, line the whole top of the bar. Dead animal, like lots of mountain lions. I don't get it because I don't look at a picture of somebody holding a dead mountain lion going, wow, you're awesome. They don't eat a mountain lion, right? If you're gonna kill a deer and you're gonna eat the meat, fine. As long as you know how to shoot and kill an animal properly. These idiots that go out, they're like bang, 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 and then the animal suffers because they're not shot properly. There's a way to shoot animals. I don't know why it's looked upon as this big accomplishment, and maybe I need to talk to a hunter. There's something attached to it. I can't get there. This great feat, validated. I would be more impressed if you were shooting birds, not some big furry animal. It was a much longer explanation than I was gonna do. I'm gonna shut up now.